to Photography with Kenny. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, guys. I've just not had a lot to say, and photography for me has been really bad, and I'm just not sure if we're looking at the death of photography like we used to know it or not. The future is changing quickly in the photography world, and it's not good for people that are trying to make money. Photography it's just in a bad place. The emergence, of iPhones and the widespread social media, obviously, there's not as much need to have your DSLR or whatever as there used to be, because really it's overkill. If you take a good picture with your DSLR and 24 megapixel, 36 megapixel, whatever, with bigger sensors, higher quality photos, all that, it doesn't mean anything when it comes to 90% of all the photos taken are ending up on social media. It doesn't matter anymore, and that's sad. And what had spurred me to make this video here today is what are we going to do with AI? AI, it's bad enough to have lots of opportunity taken away from you as a photographer, by a decent cell phone. Okay, that's bad enough. And now you can I can walk outside, take a picture of somebody, and next thing you know, I can put her or him on a mountain in Tibet, and it looked real. So that's the difference. Before, it was always easy to tell when a photo was doctored, okay? And now, the new Photoshop and stuff, guys, it's getting impossible almost with the naked eye, or is impossible in many cases. So AI is hurting us again when it comes to that kind of stuff, okay? Now understand, a photographer will always be needed. Somebody has to take those original shots, or there can be nobody monkeying with, the editors and, and monkeying around with AI or whatever. Somebody still has to take those original photos. But did that photographer really make any money making that photo? See, that's the thing we're fighting with. Is I do photography now just for my pleasure. I haven't shot a model in probably over a year, because even when I was shooting models all the time, even when I got more money shooting people in China than I ever did here in America, because I shot them by the grandmas in China, and people, just because I was a foreigner, just for my trouble or whatever, they would give me a little bit of money. But I often gave that money to the guy that was helping me, So we got to look at things different when it comes to photography now. But this AI thing is big. Social media, you can get a decent photo. Well, nobody's printing. That's another thing. Nobody's really printing anymore. Everything is shared, just electronic social media files, and that's hard for us to compete with professionally. Now, one thing, the only money I'm really making with photography right now is wire stock. There's still a market for those photos, and in my stuff, I probably got, and there's no, the talk of making a living on that is impossible. I've got almost 2,000 photos submitted to wire stock, and I just got a check the other day for like $30. See what I'm saying? You can't count unless you're in the right place at the right time and you have the right niche. It's hard to count on photography making you money. So enjoy the sport. so to speak. Don't worry about the money. If it comes your way, it'll come knocking hard, I'm sure. Now, one of the good things, and I'll start with this, like Wirestock and Shutterstock and Pond5 and all those, they can tell if a photo has been AI, has been monkeyed with, tampered, or whatever. Okay, they can tell, and they'll kick it back. I don't know of any of them that are taking like these AI landscapes and things like that. No matter how beautiful they are to look at, they can tell when your photo is scanned. They can tell if it's real or not, and they won't accept it. All right, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, you got to take almost perfect photos to get accepted. You know, all those photos that I submitted to Wirestock, I got about a rotation of about 800 that they use all the time, even though people can shop these others, and if somebody buys it, Shutterstock will still, or Wirestock will still sell them. Shutterstock, I have an account with them, and I can't remember what I get from them. It's not much at all either. But Wirestock is still, because they submit, or so many people can see the Wirestock photos, it works the best. But you need to be really, really cautious about, you can go out and take a mountain of photos, and they may kick back almost all of them over something. And Shutterstock is worse. Shutterstock will kick back almost everything that you submit. Shutterstock, I think, is looking for exactly particular things. It may be drone footage, or a certain kind of bird or flower. And Wirestock is almost that bad. The people that buy my stuff from Wirestock are always the same things. It's like irises, and there's certain kinds of flowers, maybe some squirrel footage that I've taken, and I got a lot of videos there. It's getting harder and harder and harder just to make any money with photography, and they won't accept. They may have a category now. I haven't submitted anything to Wirestock, but usually if it's taken with a telephone, it's not going to work anyhow. Like I said, they want almost a perfect photo. I'm talking about no grain, no handshake. And like me, I always thought I was good using my hands and holding, but I get hit all the time about shake or distortion and things like that. Now, when they kick back a photo, they'll tell you what they think is wrong with it. So it's going to it's good for you to learn how to use your camera correctly. If you want to get into those kinds of photos and try to make money, you're going to have to learn your camera. You're going to have to be really exact with shutter speed. You're going to be really exact with ISO. You got to be really cautious about low light, cropping. You need a good camera with lenses that will take exactly the shot that you want without cropping, or very, very little cropping. You don't want anything to introduce any noise into those photos. So again, photography is getting harder and harder to make money. Now, one good thing that is happening with this AI mess is that the camera companies are starting to buck up against this. And what I mean is, remember, Canon and Nikon and Sony, those guys, they have no intention of going out of business, and they want you to still buy cameras as often as you can. So these companies are getting together even and trying to regulate this AI before it gets totally out of hand. You know, because if you can go out with your telephone, take a picture, and like I said, all of a sudden I can put you on a mountain in Tibet or whatever, and it looks real, that's all most customers care about. See, that's that battle that we're doing. It's like good and evil, and right now evil has free reign to do whatever it wants. But I noticed that Canon and Nikon, they're working together. like I said, these people do not want to go out of business, and they have no intention of going out of business. So you're going to see Washington, you're going to see these big companies, you're going to see people put AI in its place when it comes to photography, especially. Now, there's other things. AI is in way more places than just photography. But to protect us and the integrity of what we deliver on our cameras, it's going to take government interference or guidance. It's going to take these big camera companies pushing, lobbying to have this stuff done and put under control. So, in a nutshell, is 2023, are we looking at the death of photography? And that's like a yes or no question. And I think it is what you make of it. I think you need to use the technology that's out there if it helps you but I wouldn't overdo anything. I wouldn't count on any one thing. I don't really know what to say beyond this point, except that times are hard for photographers. I'm taking very few pictures. Everything is just for my pleasure. I'm not worried about money anymore. I'm writing books. I have like this YouTube channel. I have several YouTube channels. I just got to look other places, to try to make a living. So anyhow, just food for thought. That's all I wanted to do today, is just bring about something that just makes you think. And we can talk a lot more. We may get back into this mirrorless versus DSLR thing again here soon. And one thing I'll say about that is, while I think mirrorless cameras are really, really good, and they can help a beginner, when you can look through that electronic viewfinder and see the exact exposure, you see exactly what your photo is going to look like, and you can adjust accordingly. That's pretty good. I've been shooting long enough with my old DSLRs. I got 3 Nikons here right now, and I know how to get what I want out of them. I may take 2 or 3 extra photos to get exactly what I want, but I've always done that, so that is not important to me to have a mirrorless camera. Okay, picture quality is the same. All right, you cannot, and I've downloaded mirrorless pictures, and you cannot tell anything about video quality. Mirrorless cameras help you, the photographer, get a better experience, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, I'm just old-fashioned. But yeah, you have a great day, and hopefully I gave you something to think about, and I'll see if we can get some more videos up on the channel. I know a lot of you like my videos for whatever reason, I don't know. But you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye guys.